Beautiful stroke. That is real class from Suzie Bates.
Suzie Bates, that is a monster of a shot.
When I debuted when I was 18, I was a little bit overawed by the whole experience and didn't know how long it would last. And to be sitting here more than 10 years later and where the game's come, you sort of can't really believe where it's at, and I never would have thought it would have been a career for me. So by the time I finish, it'll be unrecognisable as well, and it's moving so fast that it's really just exciting to be a part of, and you want to keep performing so you can keep playing at the top level.
She's one of the most decorated players in the history of the women's game, and not to mention the current ICC ODI and T20 Cricketer of the Year. Inching closer to 200 international caps, New Zealand skipper Suzie Bates has witnessed firsthand the rapid rise of women's cricket over the past few years. The global spectacle that was this year's ICC Women's World Cup was a landmark tournament, and despite the heartbreak of not making the semi-finals, for Bates, these are certainly good times to be a women's cricketer.
The way the ECB and the ICC promoted the game in England and the way the crowds got behind the game was brilliant, and I think that hurt even more when you didn't make the knockout stages. Tough to watch the final at Lords when it was just an awesome spectacle for women's cricket, but when you'd been in the tournament you sort of were itching to be out there in front of that crowd on Lords. But it was nice to see England win a World Cup at home and probably get England people behind women's cricket even more with the Super League off the back of that as well. It's been a really nice time to be involved in the game over here, and once the World Cup was over it was nice to come out and play for the Vipers and get back into some cricket. It all begins again in October. Our journey starts now.
With one World Cup done and dusted, the journey to the next one begins as the ICC Women's Championship takes centre stage. The league event, which sees the top 8 sides doing battle in a multi-year bilateral competition, has done wonders for the women's game.
When I first started playing, we literally only played against Australia and England, so outside of World Cups, those were who we were matched up against. Last year, for the first time, we toured and played a series against South Africa, and I think if you look at the teams like South Africa, they've really benefited from this ICC Championship and been able to play a lot more cricket, have their players exposed globally to be picked up in these competitions, and I think we've just brought the teams closer together and been able to improve the top 8 teams by playing more cricket.
An added bonus for Bates and the White Ferns is that the next World Cup in 2021 will be held in New Zealand. It could well be her swan song, and rest assured she would want nothing more than to lead her country to glory on home soil.
Just hoping the body can hold on for a little bit longer. Look, the last time we held the World Cup was in 2000, and that's the only World Cup a New Zealand side's won. And when I was growing up, I remember seeing that game on TV, and I was pretty young, and that was the first time I'd seen women's cricket on TV. And I think for me, seeing how England went about it and the way they're inspiring young girls, it makes it really exciting that we have that opportunity in 4 years' time to do the same thing and put women's cricket on the map in New Zealand even more. And look, we've got a really good group of players, so I'm hoping that with 4 years we can really put our foot forward and compete and at least make the semis then.